reasons for the loss of a master. 2. Next, let's write about the art world, especially the painters. Most of the people who are called masters have disappeared these days. Only a few landlords, Tamado and Taikan remain. Of course, both painters are Gyokudo and Taika remain. Of course, both painters are very old, so I can't expect that long. So when I think about the future of the Japanese painters, I will be lonely for the time being, even for other famous painters. If you look at it as it is, the technique is becoming more mature, but on the other hand, it is not very lively, and it seems that then the tendency is remarkable, especially for landlords. Among them, Ryuko painter is probably the only person who is energetic today. Therefore, even if you go to an exhibition these days, it can be said that there are few works that are very attractive and memorable, even if it, even if it is attached to it. It is the gorgeousness of Ano after the opening of the Institute exhibition. After all, I can't wait for the day of the exhibition because there will be wonderful masterpieces one after another. And it's too unfortunate to give up as the transition of the times without comparing it with today. So it's rather one-sided. It even seems strange. The most regrettable point is the disappearance of lighting is the disappearance of lighting power, which is the life of Oriental painting. I see. There are some wired drawings, but with really weak thin lines, I only draw the circles carefully and paint them. So there is no power or depth. When you go there, the masterpieces of the old people are said to be annoying, rich in volume, and have an indescribable charm. You can't take your eyes off for a while after watching them, and even a slight tiredness is left after seeing them. This is exactly the scene, the scent and height of art, as many enthusiasts will. However, even as a painting by a famous painter today, its weakness is as if you were looking at a painting of a sick person, especially because it comes with a top coat, tomatsue. This is probably because the lighting power does not come out as expected, and even if you fail to draw, you can fix it with a smear. I think that is the reason why the oil painting ceremony has become so popular these days. Then When I look at the recent exhibition, I notice that the paintings of the landlord and the paintings of the beginners are not as different as on the left, and I can tell by looking at the seal. Needless to say, even a landlord imitates an oil painting in the same way as a beginner. When you go there, you can see the landlord's work at first glance because it is shining by far. You can see the true value of today's paintings from this point as well. That's why when I finish watching the recent exhibition, I can't help but feel disappointed, discouraged, sad, and angry. You will receive souvenir. The above may be a little too criticized, but I have to say it. When I think about the future of Japanese painting, so here is this cause. I know the true cause. So let's take a closer look next. What I would like to say in advance about this is the old masterpiece of China, which as both painters and enthusiasts are familiar with, is especially from the Song Dynasty. The most prominent among them are his Muchi and Liang Kai. As Mr. Saneatsu Mushanokoji has written about both of them before. Those who read it will know, but it is highest peak as an oriental painting. It can be said that it is a divine technique, and every time I see it, my head goes down. It is others include Yang Hui, Ma Yuan, Muchi, Konenki, and Nikkan, but all of them are Sumie on the right. And every time his Sen no Rikyu holds a peace party, I always use Sumie, but he always used Sumie. But I've seen in some books that Muchi is the only painting. The most surprising thing about these masterpieces is their ability to write. This writing power is unique to Song Dynasty painting, and Japanese people are not able to praise foreigners as well as foreigners. Then he learned this Song Dynasty painting in Japan and was born with the talents of Sesshu, Shubun, Heishoki, Sesson, Jabashi, etc. In the Higashiyama era, and these people are the ones of Japanese painting, you could call it an ancestor. However, even if it is unavoidable that it is inferior to the Song Dynasty painting, the paintings unique to Japan that were born after that are notable. In other words, Buddhist paintings, Tosa school, Rinpa school, Yamato-e, Ukiyo-e, etc. are all very destructive because of Japanese painting art. And as we all know, they are shining in the world. Next, after the Meiji era, considerable masters appeared, but after all, the Rinpa school was the main point, and the art school that succeeded in incorporating the good points of Western painting, and the other centered on the rare genius Shuho. It will be the Kyoto school. It is certain that these two people devoured the dream of a long night and breathed a new life into the old-fashioned Japanese painter. And it is good to buy the achievement high. After that, I was silent for a while due to the influence of the war, but I was pleased because it finally started to move it combination with the reconstruction of the country. But surprisingly, if I do if I do the above, I have to take a long breath. It is the beauty hall of fame of Japanese painting, which has been accumulated for more than 1,000 years, have now begun to shake. Moreover, if it is the Taisei Hall of Fame that is about to be swept by the ruins, it is extremely important. However, Japanese painting has had this tendency for a long time, but I have interpreted it in a favorable way as a hotbed for creating new era art, but I thought it was a plus because I was betrayed before I knew it. What was there became negative. As you can see from the above, the reason why such a tendency was born is that there is a great cause for this. Let's write in next. Note: Ryuko Kawabata. Ryushi Kawabata. Kawabata Ryushi, 1888 to 1966. Japanese style painter. He is born in Wakayama. He dropped out of junior high school in 1994, Meiji 37, and he studied Western painting at the Aoibashi Western Painting Institute and the Pacific Painting Institute. He made his mark at the exhibition, and in 2070, he was recommended by him. He left at the art school in 28 Showa 3, and the following year, he founded Seiryusha with his residing Niigata-ju as his mother's womb. He received the Order of Culture in 1959. In 1987, he built his Ryushi Memorial Hall in her own residence to commemorate the 35th anniversary of Seiryusha and released his own work. Muchi, the first painting released in Song Dynasty, China. He has the name Hojo and Muchi. He is said to be the founder of Rikutsu Temple. He painted wide variety of ink paintings, but was disregarded rather than the series of literary paintings that emerged at the time. He was introduced to Japan early on and had a great influence on Japanese ink painting. Many of them are transmitted, including the Kannon, Monkey, Crane, Three Wheels Mat, and other popular works from Daitokuji Temple. The year of birth and death is unknown. The year of birth and death of Liang Kai is unknown. A painter from Taizong Song Dynasty, China. People from Dongping, Shandong. He is no Fuko Yang during the Katai era. (12.1), 12.4). He became a tribute to the art school. In addition to the delicate landscape paintings and Dawan paintings, he was also excellent in portraits with reduced lighting style, which had a great influence on the ink paintings on the Muromachi period in Japan.